Hello, we are glad you're here. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Sonja Lowe, the Embrace Coach, and this is my beautiful co-host and sister, Delia Cortez. And as always, we welcome you to join us on the couch. For our new viewers, our mission is to provide a trusted and invaluable source of information that is engaging, relevant, and entertaining, all while embracing, equipping, and empowering the audience we serve, and that is you. Couch Time is simply a place where we communicate and connect on the couch.
Sonja, so much is going on in the world right now. So much hatred, deception, the school shootings, the politics, the racial wars. You know, that list goes on, and it's easy to get caught in that crossfire if you're not talking and taking good care of yourself. Last segment, we discussed self-care and specifically positive affirmation. In the world today, positive affirmation is needed to encourage yourself and remove all of that negative self-talk that we hear on a daily, ongoing basis.
So true. Well, it's going to be so good because if you missed it, I want you to go back to our website. Go to couchtimewithsonya.com. Take a look at our online site to catch up. We want you to jump on this week also on our Facebook and our Instagram, because on Facebook, we're going to be live together talking about real issues for real people. Today, we will discuss self-care in regards to appreciation. I want to ask a few questions, Delia, to our viewers. First question, are you a parent who has given your all? You've sacrificed everything that you have and everything that you are for your family, only to feel as though no one truly appreciates you? I know I have definitely been there. And it's just, like you said, I don't think it's an intentional thing, but I do believe that sometimes our babies just don't know all the things that we do as a parent.
Well, you know, I have a good example here. One of the ways that I show my family my love for them is I love to cook and provide hot meals. So I will go out of my way and, you know, spend that time in the kitchen, put a hot meal on the table, call them all, dinner's ready, but they're in the middle of their games, maybe reading a book, maybe on the telephone. By the time they get to the food, it's now lukewarm. And that just irks me. It irks me because it makes me feel so unappreciated. And I don't know that they do this purposefully, but this is just one way that makes me feel as though I'm not appreciated.
Right. And then looking at that, that's your love language.
Yes.
Yes. And so I hope they understand that's your love language. Deposited mom's love language. Or that may not be you at all, but this may be you. Are you the employee who goes above and beyond your job description and you do it daily? You go the extra mile only to be passed over time and time again for every promotion, for every recognition opportunity, or even a simple thank you. You know, I know that bothers me. So if you're out there and that's happening to you right now, I know how you feel. And Delia, I know how they feel because that happened to me. And when I knew that I was the right person for the promotion, I knew I was the right person for the job. So I expected to step up in that role. And when I did not, you know, it's weird. That self-talk, I knew before that I was the person for the job, but then the negative self-talk set in. Maybe I'm not good enough. So it can happen.
You know, that type of situation can be so detrimental to trying to change your outlook and looking at the positive in all things.
Right.
It'd be very easy to fall into that negative self-talk.
Very, very true. So if that's you, I want you to make sure that you are not falling into self-talk.
So, did you know there are two aspects of appreciation which are necessary for self-care? When we return, we're going to explore those aspects. Don't go far. We'll see you after the break.
If you would like to be a guest or advertise your business on Couch Time with Sonja, I would love to hear from you. Email me. Visit couchtimewithsonya.com.
We're back. Before the break, we told you that there were two aspects of appreciation. If you are a person who often feels unappreciated at work, at home, or amongst your peers, it's easy for this feeling to creep into your head as negative self-talk. Over time, this can eventually manifest into a total loss of self-appreciation.
Yes. So good, Delia. You know, as a young woman, I always heard, how can you expect someone else to respect you if you're not willing to respect yourself? This theory really applies totally when you think of appreciation. You must first embrace the fullness of appreciating yourself before you can ever expect anyone else to appreciate you. And today, it's all about you. It starts with you and what you think and what you say.
Yeah, how can you expect good things if all you say are negative things?
Yes.
I can't expect people to treat me well if all I do is speak poorly of myself.
That's exactly right. And you know what? I'm grateful for friends and family who may be around us who will say, you know what? You say that all the time. You're constantly being negative and saying that all the time. I value those friends who check us.
I think didn't you just hear this week? You were
Yes.
always apologizing, always apologizing.
Yes.
Even if you didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't have to tell the viewers that.
They need to know the real Sonja.
Yes, that is very true. And I was very grateful to that individual telling me that, stop apologizing. You're always apologizing. And so now my talk, I'm trying to change that.
Yeah. And let me really specify what that meant. It's good to apologize if you did something wrong. Mm-hmm. In this case, she was apologizing for things like, it's warm today, it's cold today. Those things she can't control.
Delia.
Yes. So you must begin and appreciate yourself today. To place yourself on a positive road for tomorrow, start that good self-talk today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, self-appreciation, it's not just a nice thing to have, it's a necessity. Like food,
that's good.
Clothing, water, shelter, if you want to look at self-care as a whole.
Yes.
I once read, the more you're able to appreciate yourself, the more you'll be able to appreciate others. And in return, you will see more people starting to appreciate you back.
Wow. That says a whole lot.
I love that circle. Positive, out, positive, continues, comes back to me in a positive fashion.
That's exactly right. But if you have negative that goes in, what comes out? Negative comes out.
Well, that's something we need to be careful of, because I think that's too easy a trap to fall into.
I agree with that.
Just remember, this isn't this big secret, but it's something you need to remember. It all begins with you.
I absolutely love the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
This reminds me of your mother being here the other day. She talked about the golden rule and how important it was, a big part of raising you and your brother.
Right. And I still do that today. I believe in it. But, whatever the premise or the wording that you would like to use, but what if we took a little bit of a twist on that? What if we said, treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you? Did you hear that?
Yes.
I truly love that, because if I treat myself well, then I expect others to treat me well.
And then I won't allow others to treat me poorly because I treat myself well.
That's good right there. And you know what? What are you doing? Are you saying things that are cruel to yourself? And are you being unfair to you? Think about it for a minute. What are you speaking to yourself? It really does matter. And if you're speaking positive and you're appreciating your efforts and the things that you do, then you're well on your way to healthy self-care. But if you're not, we want to share with you what you can do and give some tips in how you can better change that and, increase your appreciation for yourself.
You got to learn to take care of you and appreciate all of your goodness.
I love that. Delia, I want to know, what tips can you give our viewers that would really help them and help us as well? Because, man, we have not arrived. But what tips would help all of us in improving our self-care?
Well, I'm going to say that it's going to start with being kind to you. Remember to start by being who you are and loving who that person is. Who that person is.
See, I like that, Delia. You said be good with who you are.
Yes.
That's loving Delia.
Yes.
That's loving Sonja. That's loving you.
You deserve kindness. You go out of your way to treat others well. They should treat you as well. This is sharing with one another. So stop being critical. Stop being negative to yourself right now.
Wow.
Guess what?
That's an ouch.
I'm going to break this news to you. You aren't perfect. You aren't perfect.
No.
I'm not perfect. And we're never going to be.
But you know what? We fall in that trap. We really do. I can speak because I'm a woman, and I know as women, we really do fall in that trap many times, that we try to strive for that perfection and to be perfect. And I'm an overachiever. I want to be the best, do the best. I want to make sure that it always is just right. But sometimes to a fault that I strive for that perfection. And man, I have to really realize that sometimes that is detrimental to my health. And if someone else is doing that same thing, it's not healthy at all.
Well, again, for me, for you, for the viewers, for the women out there, for the men out there, the cat's out of the bag. You're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. So stop holding yourself to a standard that's never going to be achieved. Oftentimes, this will give leeway, will give leeway to others, but not to ourselves.
Yes.
You are so critical of yourself, but if someone else makes a mistake, you're so forgiving.
That is so true.
You know, over time, this self-criticism, it'll whittle away at your spirit. Instead, substitute your self-criticism with praise.
That's so good, Delia. Oh my gosh. You know, be sure to join us for all of our conversations, because this week on Facebook, we're going to be doing a Facebook Live together, and we're going to be talking and doing activities to really identify and correct this. We want to correct it. Any of that negative self-talk, we want to show you how to correct it. And guess what? We're right there with you. We're helping correct it ourselves.
Yes.
You know, when was the last time that you praised yourself for something that you've done? Something that you've done well, or even just praise yourself for who you are.
You know, it's so easy to get caught up in the grind of the day that we forget to just be good to us.
That's true. You know, in society today, it's so easy for everyone to call us arrogant or conceited or stuck up, you know, because you are sure of yourself. Instead of saying, you know what, they're confident. No, they call you arrogant.
Right.
And sometimes that is why people shift and actually become more of a downer, or they get small, or instead of being big.
Yes, that's the word I was going to use. They minimize who they
So
are
true.
because they're afraid to be viewed as arrogant or stuck up.
You're so right. I'm guilty of that. I had a friend, and she actually helped me really just have some freedom in this, because she said, Sonja, you have to stop being small. You were created to be big. Your personality is big. And then she said to me that I need you to toot your own horn. Did you hear that? My sister said it's okay to toot your own horn. Why did she say that? She said, because if you won't toot your own horn, who else will? It was the motive behind me saying, you know what, I'm good at that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay to say you are good.
Yes. There's balance in everything.
Yes.
There's balance. The next behavior in which is necessary for self-talk is really focusing on your strengths. Focusing on your strengths. Now, this is somewhere I love to talk about, focusing on your strength, because it is not instead of focusing on your weaknesses, but being diligent in saying, you know what, my strengths catapult me to the next level. But you want to recognize your weaknesses, but you don't want to park there.
Yes, that's a good one. Don't park there. You can visit. Be sure to leave. Don't stay.
I love that. Why not turn that thinking around and begin to focus on your strengths all the time? Now, I'm saying that, you know what, you want to be aware of your weaknesses, but I want you to hone in consistently on your strengths. And what I love to say is grab someone around you. Have someone around you who can help you with your weaknesses. I want people around me that are stronger than me.
You know, you and I, we work well together.
We do.
We have different weaknesses, and we really help to develop the good parts of us,
Yes.
and we strengthen the weak parts of us.
And I thank you for carrying me at times that I'm weak, because your strengths shine through. I thank you for carrying me at times, sis. I love it.
It is my honor.
Well, I want you to find that person that is stronger than you, that has more than you in that area of strength. And then where you're weak, where I want you to honestly say, you know what, I'm weak there. And guess what? I want to have someone around me that can help me. And the key is, I want you to speak life to your situation.
Yes, for sure. Don't get caught up in that negative stuff. Don't get caught up in the negative self-talk. Go back to our previous segment when we talked about how important positive self-talk is.
Now take note of your strengths and remind yourself consistently that this is the key to your self-esteem. Self-esteem. You have to focus in diligently. And you know what? Quickly forget the negative. But remember, you are amazing. I want you to remember that and never forget it. You are amazing.
I love that you're amazing, and it's okay that I'm amazing.
That's exactly right.
You're amazing too. Have you ever thought you were protecting yourself by always thinking of the worst case scenario? All the negative, the bad stuff that could happen? You know, thinking that if you always think of the worst case scenario, you'll be best prepared for what might happen. You know, stop falling into this consistent mindset of negative stuff. Instead, always think of the best case scenario. Previously, we talked about those rose-colored glasses and looking at life positively. This is where you start. Stop thinking of the worst. All that does is it incites fear, anxiety, depression. Those are not good things to have to live with.
And so many people that are watching, I know there's many people who are suffering with anxiety and depression, and it's all rooted in that self-care.
Yes.
The things that they're saying out of their mouth.
You know, that constantly thinking of the bad things that could potentially happen.
Yes. But you're not alone, and we want them to know that they're not alone. Isn't that right, Delia?
Yes. They're
We're
not.
here.
That's what we're here for.
That's exactly right.
We're here for you. We're here for you. You know, thinking about the possible best outcome is a good way for you to relax, for you to remain calm, and focus on the good stuff without those blinders. Always remember to have fun.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun here on this set.
Yes,
we laugh.
we do.
We laugh at each other.
All the time.
But most importantly, we are having fun. We're having fun in life. Don't forget to have your fun.
And because we're having so much fun today, we want you to go have a little bit of fun as well. We'll be right back.
I'm Marlon Wilson, and you're watching Grind Time with Nightwolf Productions.
If you got a plan, just do it. Don't let anything stop you.
I'm Lauren Tolot, and you're watching Grind Time with Nightwolf Productions.
Live poor, poor, poor for the first full year as an entrepreneur. Probably 2.
I am Chloe Cook, and you're watching Grind Time with Nightwolf Productions.
There is no limit as long as I'm willing to fail enough times.
Hi, I'm Samir Freedy.
You're watching Grind Time.
Nightwolf Productions.
You want to be the best, you gotta be a little bit crazy.
Start where you are, and start today.
I am CJ, and you're watching Grind Time with Nightwolf Productions.
Go find that passion and go for it.
I'm Avi, and you're watching Grind Time with Nightwolf Productions.
I always tell myself I'm gonna win, like this is gonna happen.
Stop settling for an illusion of success. Stop settling for an illusion of entrepreneurship.
And keep grinding.
Did you have fun during the break? We sure did. Be happy today, ladies and gentlemen, because tomorrow is not promised. You know what? Never allow your happiness to be contingent upon an occurrence, a profession, a certain balance in your bank account, or especially on another person. You know, it's so sad to hear others that are saying, you know what? I'm happy if I get to this point. I'm happy if I have X amount of dollars. It shouldn't be contingent upon that.
Or they're not happy because they're carrying a grudge.
Now that's so good. Did you hear that? Are you carrying a grudge? I sure hope not. You know what? What happens today is what matters. What happens if tomorrow, you know what? Things totally change and it doesn't come, or the particular event or the scenario never arises. You must allow yourself to be happy now. That means right now, today. Always forgive yourself. I mean, it starts with you, because forgiveness is really not for the other person.
Right. We've said this before. It's not about them.
No.
It's really about me.
Yes, truly. You know, earlier we mentioned, the fact that no one is perfect. Delia said that. No one is perfect. And that means we will make mistakes. Yes, that means you will make mistakes. Poor decisions.
Yeah.
I've been there. How about you?
Absolutely.
You know what? You're going to disappoint yourself at times. You're going to disappoint your loved ones at times. And they're going to disappoint you as well. But you know what? I love to say, do not live with any regrets. If there is a problem, address it.
Yes. Talk to them, or maybe not talk to them if you can't. Just say it out loud that you forgive them.
So good.
But not for them, for you.
That's so good. Sometimes you can forgive them, but a discussion may still need to happen. Do you have a question? What would you do if there's someone that you really need to have a discussion with and they ignore you constantly and they never want to address it? What could we tell our viewers what to do in that situation?
I think that this is where you take the time, if they won't listen, that you talk it out.
That's good.
We had an example of someone just talking to an empty chair, just to get that out, to give the forgiveness, whether or not they asked for that forgiveness.
See, that's powerful right there. She said whether they ask or not. You're human. You are not a superhuman. So don't live in the past. Live for today. Attempt to right the wrongs that need to be right. You know what? And do absolutely everything you can to live for today. Apologize, forgive yourself, and move on. Even if others don't forgive, remember, it's about you. Never allow another person to have any control over your destiny. Because if they control you by you having unforgiveness, they control your destiny.
Wallowing in your past, getting stuck there.
Yes.
That's really not good for your positive self-talk or for your self-affirmation and all the things that we've been trying to teach our viewers.
It's a decision. You know what? Live your life from today forward in the way that you desire. What I want to tell you to do is, learn from your past, yes, but move past and move on.
Speaking from the perspective of an empty nester, my children are gone, off to college, living their own lives. But it's really easy to worry about them as they're out there making their lives. They're adults now. It doesn't stop my worry. That key word is worry. Words or revelations restricting you. That means nothing good is coming of that. There's just no positive force there. There's nothing good about worrying. All it does is, show itself, reveal itself through anxiety, compromised mental and physical health, and it's just destructive to who you are. You have to learn to give those concerns or worries to your higher power. I know for us, we know what we do and how we handle those situations.
Exactly right.
I have to make it a point not to be worried.
Yes.
But to give that trust over to my higher power.
That's exactly right. We have learned how to no longer carry the burdens, to lay the burdens at his feet. But you know what? So many of our viewers may not understand what we're even talking about or even how to do that.
Right.
But you know what? We're here for you. And what we want you to do is, if you ever need or you have questions or you want to know how do we do that, please inbox us.
Yes.
Get on Facebook, send us a message, or send us an email. Go to couchtimewithsonya.com. We love to hear from you. We're here for you. And then finally, we want you to take care of your health. You know what? In addition to reprogramming your mind, we must reprogram our bodies, as much as we don't want to talk about that.
Right.
But we must do it in a healthful manner. If your body does not feel well, it can affect your mind.
Absolutely.
Right? I know that if my body doesn't feel good, guess what? My mind starts to go, oh, I'm drained, when I'm really not.
Well, we see that in just being hungry. You're
exactly
hungry.
Right.
It's hard to focus. It's hard to be your best.
That's
because
right.
all you can think of is you're hungry.
That's exactly right. Our body kind of rules us at
Yes.
times, right? But you know what? We want you to eat better. And that includes exercise as well, to ensure you to have regular checkups as well with your physicians. That means don't run from those doctor's appointments that sometimes we don't want to have. But in fact, you can also tackle one or more of these simultaneously. That means, you know what? kill two birds with one stone.
Yes.
And how can you do that, really? It's like, how about this? You can go out for a stroll, take a simple walk that can clear your mind, but it can also count as your exercise for the day.
So double duty, getting my mind right, kind of fixing my mind in a good place, but then working on my body and becoming healthier.
That's exactly right. That's all part of self-appreciation, because you want to appreciate you. And when you do that, that means you have identified, I want to improve myself. Yes. And now, when we return, we are going to have two special guests with us today who will help us self-appreciate. We'll be right back.
And then there was life. Born to color outside the lines. Born for such a time as this. You showed up on the planet to produce a dream. You, yes you, were born with purpose, with words. Friends, imagine that your dreams can become your reality by the words you speak. It all starts today. It starts with you. Creation, formation, transformation, all begin with change. The battle is in your mind, but your voice is your weapon. Speak life, believe, prosperity, creative, daring. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Your future is unwritten. Let's begin writing today. Your words create your world.
Welcome back. I know you are wondering, why in the world are we all in our workout gear? Well, I will definitely tell you, it is time to get moving. Remember, before the break, we were talking to you about taking care of your health, and that's the importance of self-care, taking care of this body. Well, today we have Logan Johnson with us, and I am ecstatic. No, I'm not really. It's workout time, so not really. But I'm ecstatic that Logan is here, and Logan Johnson is going to help us with self-care. Logan, welcome to Couch Time with Sonja.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, I see we've got a guest with us, too.
Yeah, this is Royce C. Plays football.
Awesome.
How you guys doing? My name is Royce C. I'm from Sherwood, Texas. I play football at Sam Houston State, and I'm excited to be here with y'all today.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you here, too. Well, Logan, tell us a little bit about why did you get into training? What made you want to get into personal training?
Well, I wanted to get, the story started, well, I was first playing, I came to Houston to get ready for the NFL. I was coming here to train, and my dad wanted me to actually train my brother. So I didn't know how to train him, though. I told my dad, I only train myself, and my dad was like, well, train him how you want to be trained. So I took that philosophy. I trained my brother, and then 1 turned into 5, and 5 turned into 20, and my dad was like, you should start your own gym. I was kind of nervous about it because, I was like, man, Dad, I don't know how to do this exactly. He was like, you'll figure it out. So I went from the gym I was at and went to my garage at the house. So we had people coming out to the garage, training. Wow. About 20 people again, and then went from the garage to a barn, about a 725 square foot barn. We had the chickens, the cows, the horses, all
country
coming out.
Boy, country boy.
Yeah.
I'm a country girl with a city girl flair. Yeah. I gotcha.
Yes, absolutely. So And then from there, we ended up doing boot camps in Kingwood. And I had a moped at the time. I would drive my moped out there, and we'll have boot camp. And then from there, God led me to the gym we have now. So we're right off of 1960 in Humble, and we have about a 2,000 square foot facility, and it's amazing.
Wow. I am so ecstatic. I'm ready for you to show our viewers really what you got for us.
Yeah.
Tell us what to do.
All right, so first we're gonna start off with working these legs, getting these legs toned, getting them right, getting them tight, okay? So it's gonna be a forward lunge and a reverse lunge to a squat, okay? So we're gonna go forward lunge, right? And then we're gonna go backward lunge, okay? And then we're gonna do a squat, all right? So you're gonna do the modified version for us, okay? Yes, so we're gonna go forward lunge. All right, make sure that hand's on that thigh, okay? Back to the stable position, and then go backward lunge, right? And then right into that squat. Make sure your hands are down there so you can help press back up, okay? And then here we go. This is the more challenging, okay? So you're gonna have your hands on your hips. You're gonna lunge forward. There you go. Back. Step backward lunge. There you go. To a squat. Bam. Okay, we're gonna have Roy C join us. All right, we're going to do a full count, 30 seconds, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
all this is going to be on the left side. Got it?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So we're going to go left side first, 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, that's it, 27, 26, make sure you're breathing, 25, 24, good, 23, 22, make sure that chest is square, staying square, 19, 18, 17, 16, that's it, 15, y'all doing great, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, you should be feeling the burn right here, but keep going, keep fighting, don't stop, 3, 2, 1, excellent job. Now we're gonna go to the right side, doing phenomenal, y'all stay with us at home. Keep going, challenge yourself, okay? Here we go, ready, 30, 29, go, 28, that's it, 27, 26, 25, there you go, 24, 23, make sure that knee's bending at a 90-degree position, coming back, there we go, into that squat, that's it, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, we got this, 10, 9,
go, couch
8,
time.
come on, 7, 6, stay with us, 5, don't let that clock beat you, 4, 3, 2, 1, there we go, bam.
Awesome.
All right, so we're gonna go from there, great job. We're gonna go right from there, we're gonna go into the plank jack, okay? So we're gonna be down on the ground. All right, what's it gonna show us, all right? Here we go, you're gonna be with us, okay? Advanced position right here, okay? So you're gonna be in that plank position, okay? You're gonna have a squat jack, okay? So your feet are gonna be jumping out, jumping in, just like a jumping jack, but on the ground. There you go, in and out, in and out. She's gonna show you the modified position, okay? So we're gonna be down there, okay? And we're gonna do one leg at a time. So you're gonna be stepping right, yep, back to the middle, left, back to the middle. Okay, we're gonna go 30 seconds on this, 30 seconds. Here we go, ready, set, go. 30, 29, 28, 27. You don't want that butt to come up. Keep it low, all right? And we're keeping that midsection tight, okay? Getting it nice and right. Summertime fine, right there, good.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
18, yeah, 17, keep moving, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, you got somebody at home.
We got this,
You got a
we
buddy
got
at home.
this.
Help you push if you need a little bit more of a challenge. 10, 9, 8, that's it, 7, great job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, great job. So that's not only gonna tone your legs, but it's gonna stabilize that core and get it nice and tight for you, okay? So now we're gonna stay down there and we're gonna do plank push-ups, all right? So here we go. Royce right here. We're gonna do the push-up from here. We're gonna push up from arm fully extended, all the way up, let's go. Bam, bam, great job. Okay, in the modified position, okay, we're gonna go from those knees, right? Bam, push up, back down, okay? So this one you have a little bit more of balance if you're on those knees, okay? I'll help you push up. All right, here we go, we're gonna go 30 seconds. Ready, set, go, 30, 29, that's it, 28, 27. Make sure you don't wanna waddle, no waddling, staying straight, staying square. 15, 14, how we doing? 13,
We got it,
12,
we got it.
That's what I'm talking about, 11, 10, 9, let's go, 8, 7, that's it, work, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it, all right, here we go. We're gonna go into the 5th one, all right? So this is gonna be, we're gonna be up on our feet. Great job, all right. We got dumbbells this time. So we got dumbbells, 5-pound dumbbells, okay? She's a lady beast, so she has 15s, all right? So it's called pick them up, set them down, okay? So here we go. We're gonna set that dumbbell down, right? There you go, set the other dumbbell down. Bam, all right, now we're gonna pick it up. Great job. Pick it up. You see her back staying square while she's doing that, right? Here goes modified position, okay? So you're gonna set it down, or pick it up, right? Set it down, but you gotta make sure that your hand's on that thigh, okay? If it gets a little bit challenging for you, there you go. Pick it up, there you go. Set it down. Great job, all right, here we go. And here we go in 3, ready, 1, 2, 3, ready, go, 30, 29, 28, 27, that's it, 26, 25. You see she's doing a jumping jack with it, okay?
Go,
That's
Sabrina.
excellent. You want to push yourself, okay? Always try to go outside of that challenge, all right? There you go, 15, 14, get out of that comfort zone. 13, 12, 11, great job. 10, 9, that's it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, great job, all right? We're toning those legs, we're toning those glutes, right? And we're actually getting that cardio in while we're breathing hard, right? We want to get everything.
We're breathing.
Yes.
I hope you're breathing with us.
Yes, that's the important part, the oxygen. Okay, hey, this is my funnest one, my funnest exercise. I love this exercise. We got some burpees.
Boy. No!
Burpees, okay? So here we go. We'll demonstrate this one. This is nice and easy, okay? So they're gonna jump down on the ground, right? Bam, push up, all right? All the way back up, jump up in the air, back down on the ground, back up in the air. Okay, just for fun, because he's in shape. Back down on the ground. All right, back up in the air. Okay.
Thank
all
goodness
right.
we only have to do 3, correct?
No, mean times 6, okay?
Oh.
All right, here we go. So look, this is the mind pod position, okay? So you're gonna go down on the ground. Step back. You coming with me?
Yes, sir.
There we
I sure
go.
am.
Hey, right, step back up. Hands in the air, fully extended. All right, here we go. Back down. There we go. Up, there we go. All right, here we go. Last one on 3, come on. Bam, she's in shape, so she gets 3 of them too. There we go. Yes, all right. We got 30 seconds on those burpees now. Here we go.
Wait.
We're working.
Hold on.
Okay,
I don't know if you're like me, but I gotta adjust. Woo! That's just being real. Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Let me put my mic back on. Are y'all ready? I hope y'all are ready.
Got this.
Because my goodness, he's working us.
30 seconds. Here we go. Burpees. Ready, set, go. 30, 29. That's it. 28, 27. Up in the air. There we go. 26, 25. That's it. 24, 23. Phenomenal. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Keep going. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Working hard. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. When it's your favorite exercise, you stay on the number. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That's a great job.
Okay.
Great job. Yes.
We don't sweat. We don't sweat here.
Yes.
We leak awesome.
Yes.
And man, you're awesome.
You're awesome too.
We're out of breath. So while we take our break, we hope that you're trying to catch your breath as well. Come back though. It's smelling good up in here.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a treat for you. We'll see you later. But hold on a minute. Logan, tell them one more time. How can they find you?
All right, you can find us in Humble. Okay, our address is 5722 FM, 1960, zip code 77346. Our information also is on our website. It's at Logan Nice Training at logannicetraining.com, and our number is 830-387-9898.
Awesome. If you missed any of that, no worries. It's on the screen. And go to our website, couchtimewithsonya.com. But before you leave, forgot to tell them the good news.
Oh, yeah.
We are getting ready to start a 45-day transformation. Woo!
Yeah.
45 days of working with Logan. Oh, help us, Jesus. But let me tell you what's so awesome about that. For 45 days, you're going to get to see our transformation. And at the end, we're going to be able to blast it everywhere. We'll be right back.
If you would like to submit questions or topics for the show, send us an email. Visit couchtimewithsonya.com.
Welcome back. Did you catch that previous segment? We had Logan from Loganitis here working with Sabrina and with Sonja. They were getting their workout out. I did mine behind the scenes just a little bit. Now we get to be in my realm where I'm the happiest in the kitchen. Today we have Chef Edwin Henderson with Everyday Health that is going to prepare a meal to fuel our bodies after that hard workout. Welcome, Chef. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Now, I see a military patch on your jacket. Tell me about that. What branch did you serve in?
I served in the Army for 8 years, was in civil affairs, and I did logistics while I was in the military.
Well, I thank you. I thank you for your service and, protecting our freedom.
It was an honor to do so.
Well, today we're going to prepare a meal on the set for you. Tell us what you're preparing today.
All right, so what I got going on today is going to be my version of an Asian noodle bowl. So it's a cuisine that has a little bit of fresh tomatoes, almonds, cranberries, Brussels sprouts. The way that I look at cooking is it's basically a blank canvas. So you go into it as an art form. I don't really consider there's a right or wrong way to do it. So even if you mess up, you still actually done something that's going to actually be healthy for you. So I'm going to actually do it with a spinach noodle, and I'm going to do it with a linguine noodle with the raspberry chipotle sauce that I make out of a raspberry preserve. And then that is that, and actually some grilled shrimp that's going to be added to it as well.
Well, did you catch that? So he's going to make a healthy meal that tastes good. You're going to fuel your body in the right way. You're going to enjoy your workout, and then you're going to reward yourself in the best possible way to refuel your body. You may not be able to see this, but he's already started the preparation. Looks like we have some spices on the shrimp there, and he started to chop some of the onions, but you're going to get to see how he puts this all together. And we, all of us here, are going to get to taste it. Let's begin, Chef.
All right, so let's get this started. All right, so what we're going to have taking place right now is we're going to start chopping the Brussels sprouts. So I'll actually have you basically mimic me, and we're going to cut the back side of the Brussels sprouts off.
Okay, so cut the dark side of the Brussels sprouts off. Well, if this is considered rabbit food, I would be a rabbit any day. It already is smelling wonderful. We haven't started to cook anything. At this point, we're just chopping.
Yeah, so we're just getting the preparation done on all of the ingredients that are going to go in. What we're going to do is basically saute the Brussels sprouts down, and we're going to throw in the cherry tomatoes and the onions, and we also have some mushrooms that we're going to saute as well. So once all of that gels together, then we'll be able to throw in the shrimp and the noodles and the sauce. And then you'll start seeing the masterpiece take form at that point.
Now, I see that we're using cherry tomatoes. Is that just your preference? Is there a reason that you're using the cherry as opposed to maybe the Roma?
So I like cherry tomatoes just because of the sweetness of the tomato. It's something that it packs a lot of flavor inside of it, and so I utilize it in a lot of salads. And it's one way that you can actually also get in your vegetables as well, because I know a lot of times people, when they're eating salad, they don't like the big chunks of tomatoes, so being able to cut these down in half, it has a nice little bite to it and a nice sweetness as well.
Wonderful. Now, I said I love to spend time in the kitchen, and Sonja and I talked before about how in my family that kitchen time is really, it's like being on the couch. It's talking, it's sharing stories of times past. Hopefully you do this and you enjoy your time with your family. How do you see people doing this? Like, how do you see yourself in the kitchen?
So when I start off typically in the kitchen, which I did not do just now, but we actually have to start it, is I normally light a candle. So have a candle here, kind of sets the mood, because I always look at when you're cooking, it's a labor of love. And that labor of love is expressed through the preparation. When you think about the conversation that we're having right now, and being able to sit here and talk, it gives you an opportunity to be able to get to know the individual that you're cooking with. If you're doing it at home with family, it gives you an opportunity to be able to find out what's going on in their lives, because a lot of times we're so busy. A lot of times kids are upstairs playing video games, right. And so I have an 11-year-old son, and so I have him participate with me in the kitchen, because that's an opportunity. It's a bonding opportunity, and it also gives me an opportunity to be able to find out what's going on in his life, and then gives him also a skill to be able to know how to cook. All right, so what I'm going to do is throw a little olive oil into our burners, and we're going to throw now, take your onions, and throw it to the inside. We're going to saute everything down.
My onions and my tomatoes mixed up over here.
For the Brussels and after that. So we're just going to let this saute down, not completely till it's soft. We still have a little bit of crunch inside of it.
So how long would you say? Just a couple minutes, maybe?
I probably would say maybe about 2 or 3 minutes or so. I'm actually throwing the carrots that are already shredded inside of the forty.
Okay. So carrots. Don't forget the carrots.
So I like to throw a lot of different veggies inside, just to kind of fuse with the flavors and kind of mix it around a little bit.
Well, and the color just makes it appealing to the eye. So we have, visually it's beautiful, so that's appealing. And we're smelling this, and that's appealing to one of our other senses. I can't wait to appeal to the sense of taste.
Yeah.
Taste. Can you smell that? Mm-hmm. Amazing. Wish you were here for this part. But that leads us into something really special that we have going on with Chef Edwin. We'll get back to that in a moment. Sorry, Chef. Go continue.
All right, so we're going to throw our baby portobello mushrooms on the inside of there. And so mushrooms, if you wanted this to be a vegetarian dish outside of the shrimp that we're going to add into there, portobello mushrooms would be the go-to choice, because it's very meaty, gives you a meaty texture. So if you're a vegetarian or you're a vegan, this is a dish that you could actually eat primarily and still get your protein, because you have your your mushrooms and everything added on the inside.
So I love that mushroom is a good replacement for if you are vegetarian or vegan.
I'm gonna throw a little bit more olive oil in there for you. All right, so now we're gonna throw a little bit of your ginger inside of there. So it's about a teaspoon.
So you know this is a chef because they're not measuring, they just throw it in. But he said it's about a teaspoon.
And you can use a little bit more or less depending upon your taste buds. Now you go to get that all mixed inside of there.
I'm having to stand on my toes here. I think I need a little step stool, chef.
All right. So our next thing we're going to get ready to do is we're going to add our shrimp. So I have some Gulf shrimp that are here that are already seasoned. And a little bit of olive oil.
So olive oil and some seasoning.
Olive oil and seasoning. So the seasoning that I have, this particular one is Slap Your Mama, but don't actually go and slap your mama.
Don't slap your mama. That would be bad. Really, really bad.
And then I have a little bit of smoked paprika. I just added in there. And I actually like smoked paprika just because of the taste, so I add a little bit more inside of there. Make sure you constantly keep stirring. So it's going to actually char. Brussels sprouts typically you get a little char to it.
So that's a good
thing.
thing.
The flavor.
So the charring is a good thing.
Yes.
Do you want me to lower this?
Yeah, you can lower it down before you add. And keep mixing that around until we're going to get our shrimp completely. You can add the shrimp inside of there as well.
I'm like, what am I mixing? I forgot the shrimp. Not good. I was working on that vegan dish.
All right. You can throw now your cherry tomatoes in there as well.
Okay. Just a little bit more.
And once we get everything added inside of there, so your shrimp are actually fully cooked, so they're not completely cooked now, but you'll notice they'll turn a different color. Some shrimp, depending upon what shrimp you're using, they'll turn like a pinkish color, or once they're completely cooked. All right. So we actually have one other thing I forgot to have, spinach. So we're going to add spinach to this as well. So I like to use a lot of, sometimes when I make this particular dish, I'll use collard greens, so I'll put kale, collard greens in there. So on this particular one, we're actually going to be doing spinach.
Okay.
So we're going to allow that to go on the inside of there. We can cut it down just a little bit more.
Okay.
Because we're getting closer to the finale and bringing everything together.
So we're here.
You can throw just one plate of spinach on the inside of there. And you can throw a little bit more olive oil on the inside just to cook it down. So I'll put some in there for you.
Can't have enough of that olive oil.
Not enough olive oil. We're going to toss that around just to get the sauce and the mixture that we already have inside of there to coat the noodles.
Without breaking up the noodles, correct?
Exactly.
So catch that. Be careful when you're tossing. You don't want to break the noodle up too much, but you do want to combine all of the flavors.
You can just kind of like slightly like kind of twist it with your wrist and just kind of turning it over and just making sure.
See, as much time as I've spent in the kitchen, that's a new tip for me. You kind of just flip it over.
I'm going to add a little bit more sauce to this particular one here. Here. All right, so we're going to squeeze a little bit of lemon in there, so the lemon just gives it a little bit more freshness. So you can take half of the lemon and just squeeze it on the inside, and that's just going to bring out the flavor of everything that you have on the inside of the dish.
Okay, I have a question. How do you make sure we get no seeds in this?
That's one of those things that's kind of hard. It's because when you squeeze it, it may pop out. So I typically like to kind of put my hand there to catch it sometimes, but if once you cut it in half, I mean, if you have an issue with them popping out, then I would just say pop them out prior to actually squeezing it.
Got it. Well, I have no problem.
Or if you have, you can buy the bottle of lemon juice that's already, pre-squeezed. But I like to use fresh lemons in a lot of stuff that I do. So
I think it just really adds to the flavor, keeping everything fresh. So currently we're over a medium heat, or would you say this is a low heat?
Right now we're kind of like at a low heat right now, and this allows us to be able to kind of gel everything together since we have pretty much everything already cooked. If you notice in the processes, all the shrimp has continually cooked because it's been on the heat the exact same time, and so you don't want to overcook it. You want to make sure that you monitor your heat. So if you start noticing that a lot of times with the sauce could burn easily because of the raspberry and the sugars that are inside of it. So you want to make sure that you keep that down as low as possible. So what I have also is now some cilantro, some fresh cilantro that I would actually, we're going to garnish the dish with that as well. So once we get ready to plate everything, then we'll throw some fresh cilantro on there, and then that'll be your dish.
Cilantro is just so, the smell is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fresh and crisp.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things, and my husband hates it.
Right, and I ran into somebody yesterday that told me that they can't stand cilantro, and I looked at him like, what's wrong with you?
You know, he has a real funny story about that, but I don't know that it's appropriate for television, so let's keep that out.
All right, so we're going to do the plating of this, and so we talked about, you know, the colors and the different things that we have, and so what we're going to do is, when I was in culinary school, plating was a big part of the course, making sure that the food looks appealing and appetizing, because you could be the best cook in the world, but if it looks funny, then most of the time, when you think about when kids look at food, they go literally off of the way it looks. So if it looks good, then they're willing to be able to eat it. So,
well, I know adults who do that.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take now just the noodles, and I'm going to put the spinach noodles on this side, and you can plate it on the other side. And so this is the thing that we would do in culinary school, is that we would all be assigned certain dishes to prepare. So everybody did a different cuisine. And then at the very end of that session, we would all be able to try one another's food. So again, like, it brings you back to just that family and being able to, you know, get opportunity to know people and, you know, find out, you know, what their interests are. And then you do this around food.
Well, you know, speaking of, you know, traditions and family, for me, one of the difficult things in trying to eat healthy is, you know, culturally, the foods that I grew up making and eating in the Hispanic culture, they could really not be healthy if you're careful.
Exactly, and that's the premise of what everyday health is, and that's kind of how I started with being able to prepare these different cuisines, is because there's so many people that feel like they can't eat the foods that they like, the things that you indulge in, and so I try to take the everyday foods that we love to eat and then revamp it around and prepare it in a healthier way. So if it's for instance, macaroni and cheese is a dish that, you know, everyone,
it's a staple.
I think,
it's probably a staple in your home too.
It is. And so when you think about macaroni and cheese and all the different, you know, fats and cheeses that are inside of it, it could essentially be one of those things that's not healthy for you to eat all of the time. Right. So I like it to be a dish that I kind of incorporate and take out some of the heavy whipping cream or take out some of the milk, and I'll replace it with non-fat Greek yogurt and create my cream base out of that. And so now, even though it may not be as healthy, you know, for you all the time, it now becomes a healthier dish, and it doesn't have all of the extra, you know, fats, but it still has the same flavor that you would have if you had it with the milk and the butter and everything else that comes along with it.
So you can make those small adjustments, making it from maybe not so healthy like some of the dishes I make, tweaking it just a little bit, making it more healthy. Yeah. It may not be a meal, you know, that mac and cheese is not something you want to have every day.
Correct.
Everything in moderation. So make those small adjustments. Start small. Overall, these things will add up.
Correct. All right, so now we're going to just top this with our garnish, the cilantro. And if you decided you wanted to add a little bit more sauce to it, you could. Sometimes I'll finish it off by just adding just a little smidget of, you know, sliced almonds, and this just gives it now a little bit more crunch.
I was going to say, texture. I love the texture change there.
And we'll throw a little bit more sauce on the top of there.
I wish that you could smell this. We are so looking forward to tasting this dish.
All right.
You hungry?
So I'm going to take some cilantro and just take a few different sprigs. Normally I'll just, you know, top it off there, but if you want, you know, to this piece is not wanting to work with me, it wants to be stuck to my finger.
So, you know, one of the things that I had someone ask me is, in cilantro, are you supposed to eat the stem? Or are you simply eating the leaf?
So the stem is going to give you a slightly bitter taste. So if you want to avoid having that bitterness in there, then I would say, you know, completely chop it out. Sometimes there's certain dishes that I'll do, I still need that flavor, so I'll chop it all in there together because there's different seasonings and spices that you can kind of puree together along with the cilantro to be able to add to make a like when you think about marinating different meats. And so cilantro is one of those ones that I like to use because it has a flavor in there and it infuses a lot of the different things that I throw it in with.
I know I like it when I make salsa, but I don't use a lot of it.
Right.
Just a little bit. Again, it's the level of flavor
exactly.
that come together really well.
All right. So we have our completed dish, and I guess one of the things is now once you get it on the plate is making it presentable and cleaning it off and throw that cilantro there. And we have...
It just looks so appealing, and it smells wonderful.
And it tastes even better.
I love, Chef, that you were here. Thank you for sharing, your skill, and I can't wait to share this meal. You have a chance to learn this. You have a chance to spend some time with us, with Chef Edwin, with Sonja, with Sabrina, myself. We're going to eat a good meal. We're going to have live music. We're just going to have a lot of good fun, enjoying some really good food. We're going to have more of that information a little bit later on our website, on our Facebook, on all of our social media. So it's going to be very limited in who we have. We'll have about 30 people there, Sonja, maybe 30. So make sure you get your registration in quickly. We get to enjoy all of this and more live music then. Catch us then. We'll see you next time.
CEO Jalea Davis is making history by becoming the youngest African-American female to own a television station in the nation. Along with her colleague, President Crystal Holmes, these women are becoming a part of the 1.3% African-American television station ownership. Get ready for Eyeconic Television, an all-new channel coming to your TV on KVVV Channel 15.10. Covering Houston's local inspiration, entertainment, health, wellness, fitness, family, visual artists, comedians, and more. Streaming 24/7 on EyeconicTelevision.com. Be sure to stay tuned for the latest and greatest on Eyeconic Television, where everyone can be iconic.
How do you define freedom? Is it health? The ability to call a board-certified physician 24/7, 365 days a year. The ability to eliminate all future copays. Is it wealth? Cut your years to mortgage payoff by more than half and save hundreds and thousands in interest on mortgage, car, and other loans. Is it the gift of college scholarships for every child? Earn guaranteed scholarships at more than 360 private colleges and universities in 45 states. Or simply, abundance, time freedom, the perfect opportunity at the right time. It's all of these and so much more. We are looking for leaders, and freedom is calling. Join the Trivesta movement.
Start nodding your heads like you know. Yeah, sure was. 3, 2, 1.
I absolutely love the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, you also know that whatever way they want to say it, treat others as you want to be treated. But
your parents were just on.
Oh, that's right.
Your mom really specified that golden rule was a big part of her raising you and your brother.
You're exactly right. Can we redo that?
Just keep going.
Okay.
Right there. Right here. Look at me.
I absolutely love the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
You know, this reminds me of your mother being here the other day. She talked about the golden rule and how important it was, a big part of raising you and your brother.
Right. And it's, man, I still do that today. I believe in it. But, you know, whatever the premise or the wording that you would like to use, but what if we took a little bit of a twist on that? What if we said, treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you? Did you hear that?
Yes.
I truly love that, because if I treat myself well, then I expect others to treat me well.
And then I won't allow others to treat me poorly because I treat myself well.
That's good right there. And you know what? What are you doing? Are you saying things that are cruel to yourself? And are you being unfair to you? Think about it for a minute. You know, what are you speaking to yourself? It really does matter. And if you're speaking positive and you're appreciating your efforts and the things that you do, then you're well on your way to healthy self-care. But if you're not, you know, we want to share with you what you can do and give some tips in how you can better change that and, you know, increase your appreciation for yourself.
You know, you got to learn to take care of you and appreciate all of your goodness.
I love that. Delia, I want to know, what tips can you give our viewers that would really help them and help us as well? Because, man, we have not arrived. But what tips would help all of us in improving our self-care?
Well, I'm going to say that it's going to start with being kind to you. Remember to start by being who you are and loving who that person is. Who that person is.
See, I like that, Delia. You said be good with who you are.
Yes.
That's loving Delia.
Yes.
That's loving Sonja. That's loving you.
You know, you deserve kindness. You go out of your way to treat others well. They should treat you as well. You know, this is sharing with one another. So stop being critical. Stop being negative to yourself right now.
Wow.
Guess what?
That's an ouch.
I'm going to break this news to you. You aren't perfect. You aren't perfect.
No.
I'm not perfect. And we're never going to be.
But you know what? We fall in that trap. We really do. I can speak because I'm a woman, and I know as women, we really do fall in that trap many times, that we try to strive for that perfection and to be perfect. And I'm an overachiever. I want to be the best, do the best. I want to make sure that it always is just right. But sometimes to a fault that I strive for that perfection. And man, I have to really realize that sometimes that is detrimental to my health. And if someone else is doing that same thing, it's not healthy at all.
Well, again, for me, for you, for the viewers, for the women out there, for the men out there, the cat's out of the bag. You're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. So stop holding yourself to a standard that's never going to be achieved. Oftentimes, this will give leeway, will give leeway to others, but not to ourselves.
Yes.
You are so critical of yourself, but if someone else makes a mistake, you're so forgiving.
That is so true.
You know, over time, this self-criticism, it'll whittle away at your spirit. Instead, substitute your self-criticism with praise.
That's so good, Delia. Oh my gosh. You know, be sure to join us for all of our conversations, because this week on Facebook, we're going to be doing a Facebook Live together, and we're going to be talking and doing activities to really identify and correct this. We want to correct it. Any of that negative self-talk, we want to show you how to correct it. And guess what? We're right there with you. We're helping correct it ourselves.
Yes.
You know, when was the last time that you praised yourself for something that you've done? Something that you've done well, or even just praise yourself for who you are.
You know, it's so easy to get caught up in the grind of the day that we forget to just be good to us.
That's true. You know, in society today, it's so easy for everyone to call us arrogant or conceited or stuck up, you know, because you are sure of yourself. Instead of saying, you know what, they're confident. No, they call you arrogant.
Right.
And sometimes that is why people shift and actually become more of a downer are they get small
or
instead of being big.
Yes, that's the word I was going to use. They minimize who they
So
are
true.
because they're afraid to be viewed as arrogant or stuck up.
You're so right. I'm guilty of that. I had a friend, and she actually helped me really just have some freedom in this, because she said, Sonja, you have to stop being small. You were created to be big. Your personality is big. And then she said to me that I need you to toot your own horn. Did you hear that? My sister said it's okay to toot your own horn. Why did she say that? She said, because if you won't toot your own horn, who else will? It was the motive behind me saying, you know what, I'm good at that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay to say you are good.
Yes. There's balance in everything.
Yes.
There's balance. The next behavior in which is necessary for self-talk is really focusing on your strengths. Focusing on your strengths. And now this is somewhere I love to talk about, focusing on your strength, because it is not instead of focusing on your weaknesses, but being diligent in saying, you know what, my strengths catapult me to the next level. But you want to recognize your weaknesses, but you don't want to park there.
Yes, that's a good one. Don't park there. You can visit. Be sure to leave. Don't stay.
I love that. Why not turn that thinking around and begin to focus on your strengths all the time? Now, I'm saying that, you know what, you want to be aware of your weaknesses, but I want you to hone in consistently on your strengths. And what I love to say is grab someone around you. Have someone around you who can help you with your weaknesses. I want people around me that are stronger than me.
You know, you and I, we work well together.
We do.
We have different weaknesses, and we really help to develop the good parts of us.
Yes.
And we strengthen the weak parts of us.
And I thank you for carrying me at times that I'm weak, because your strengths shine through. I thank you for carrying me at times, sis. I love it.
It is my honor.
Well, I want you to find that person that is stronger than you, that has more than you in that area of strength. And then where you're weak, where I want you to honestly say, you know what, I'm weak there. And guess what? I want to have someone around me that can help me. And the key is, I want you to speak life to your situation.
Yes, for sure. Don't get caught up in that negative stuff. Don't get caught up in the negative self-talk. Go back to our previous segment when we talked about how important positive self-talk is.
Now take note of your strengths and remind yourself consistently that this is the key to your self-esteem. Self-esteem. You have to focus in diligently. And you know what? Quickly forget the negative. But remember, you are amazing. I want you to remember that and never forget it. You are amazing.
I love that you're amazing, and it's okay that I'm amazing.
That's exactly right.
You're amazing too. Have you ever thought you were protecting yourself by always thinking of the worst case scenario? All the negative, the bad stuff that could happen? You know, thinking that if you always think of the worst case scenario, you'll be best prepared for what might happen. You know, stop falling into this consistent mindset of negative stuff. Instead, always think of the best case scenario. Previously, we talked about those rose-colored glasses and looking at life positively. This is where you start. Stop thinking of the worst. All that does is it incites fear, anxiety, depression. Those are not good things to have to live with.
And so many people that are watching, I know there's many people who are suffering with anxiety and depression